Okay guys, so we're going to make some roasted broccoflower, and we're going to roast in our cast iron skillet on the stove. Prepared for roasting. So what we're going to do is prepare a topping that we're going to use for on top our cauliflower. Okay, so I'm going to make the topping for our cauliflower. So I have some roasted pumpkin seeds here. I'm just going to put it in here. I have some seasoned gluten-free crumbs. I'm going to put some of that in. I'll probably put a tablespoon of this. Okay. Maybe I should put 2 tablespoons of it. Well, let's start off with 1. If I want to add more, I can always do that. I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb season blend to it as well. I'm going to add some salt, maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm using sea salt. Okay. When I'm cooking the cauliflower, I'm going to add salt at that point. So, okay, I'm going to add now some nutritional yeast. Now, nutritional yeast will give it a sort of umami flavor. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast to this. All right, so let's see if we can pound everything together here and combine. Trying to crush the pumpkin seeds as best I can. Of course, you can see my mortar and pestle is very small. I have to get a bigger one. All right. So here I have my topping, guys. So let's now go over to the stove so we can cook. Okay, so here I have my skillet. It's not on as yet. I put about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil to it, and I'm going to add now 1 tablespoon of ghee to it. So 3 tablespoons of coconut oil and 1 tablespoon of ghee. Like I said, this is not on as yet. Okay, so now I'm going to put my broccoflower in. Let me just, when this comes on, it will melt. Okay, so that's okay. All right, so let's arrange our broccoflower in so we can get it to roast nicely in our cast iron skillet. So because of how I cut it, I have a flat surface that will help it to roast and get some color. All right, I'm going to have to try to see if I can get everybody to fit. Let's hope we can. All right, so you know what, let me make this one a little small. I'm going to cut this one in half. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of water, because what we want to do is be roasting and steaming at the same time on the skillet. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this. All right, we're going to add some salt, and I'm using sea salt, so I'm just going to sprinkle some sea salt on top of it. Okay, nice. All right, so now I'm going to turn on my stove. And we're going to cover our broccoflower. So I've just turned on my stove. And we're going to cover this and allow it to get some color. So I'm going to leave this for about 3 to 4 minutes, or I can say 3 to 5 minutes, that range. Okay, so I'm just going to cover it here, and we'll check this back in between 3 to 5 minutes. Okay guys, so about 5 minutes have passed. So I'm now going to uncover this, and I'm just going to kind of turn it around so the other side can get a little bit of color. Smells really nice. Just the pure smell of the vegetable. And I guess also the ghee as well. I'm probably also smelling the nutty flavor of the ghee. Okay, what I'm going to do, I smashed about 3 cloves of garlic. I'm just going to randomly throw it in there so that it can infuse and get that fragrance in it. So let's make sure the garlic makes contact with the skillet. Alright, and now we're going to cover this again for another 2 minutes. Okay guys, so I don't need to leave it for as long as I said just now. I'm just going to leave it, I just left it for an extra 2 minutes. That's enough. As you can see, it has started to get color. So what I'm going to do now is just leave it uncovered for another minute or so. Okay. I'm just going to try to flip the garlic as well. Okay, so let's now add our broccoflower to our plate. And then we will sprinkle it with our topping. Now we have our topping here. So we're just going to sprinkle.